The night sky isn't what you think it is. It's a graveyard of light. We are looking at phantoms from the very beginning of time. The James Webb Space Telescope has just sent back images that change everything. It captured thermal anomalies in deep space, remnants from a universe that preceded ours. These images show a reality that shouldn't exist according to our current laws. The new data doesn't just tweak the laws of physics, it sets them on fire. The space agency is deeply concerned because the foundation of cosmology is undergoing a major shift. Astronomer Dr. Eris couldn't sleep after seeing the first results.
I know that I know nothing now. Everything we thought was true is wrong.
She spent her career studying how galaxies evolve, but JWST showed the impossible. JWST is the most powerful eye ever built to look into the past.
It was meant to show us the first galaxies forming, but it showed something else.
Instead of darkness, it found fully formed galaxies where there should be nothing. The early cosmos was supposed to be a thin fog of hydrogen and helium. Gravity was meant to work slowly, but these images show a much faster process. This primordial fog was expected to last for hundreds of millions of years. No stars should have been born during this early epoch of the universe. First stars died quickly, providing the ingredients for everything that followed. But the telescope's data tells a completely different story about our origins. We relied on the Lambda CDM model, the standard story of the cosmos. It starts with a hot Big Bang, followed by a dark age of gas. It starts with a hot Big Bang, followed by a dark age of gas.
For years, we believed the universe was exactly 13.8 billion years old.
Now, that fundamental number is being questioned by the world's top physicists.
In July 2022, the first full-color image of a galaxy cluster arrived.
There were too many galaxies, and they were far too bright for their age. Research papers were thrown out as the old consensus died overnight. If these images are accurate, our timeline of the early universe is wrong. The old galaxy consensus was dead, and a new mystery began to unfold. A faint smudge called CEERS 93316 became the prime suspect in this mystery. Initial measurements suggested it had a redshift of 16.7.
It's a real time machine. We are looking at the impossible past.
Redshift is a time machine built into the fabric of the universe. The more the light is stretched, the further back in time it comes from. Looking deeper into redshift is like watching the universe play in reverse. At this redshift, the object existed just 235 million years after the start.
Almost nothing this large should have had time to form so soon.
Think of the entire universe as a massive construction site.
crew has just broken ground, and the foundation is barely set.
5 minutes later, you see a finished 100-story tower standing there. The lights are on, and people are working. It's impossible, yet it's there. There hasn't been enough time to build this, but the image says otherwise. In the telescope's infrared view, the galaxy looked exactly like that anomaly.
Sometimes, space plays tricks on our eyes and our instruments.
The initial estimate of 16.7 was just a first guess. That number was pulled from the galaxy's color across broad filters.
The team went back and used a more precise instrument, the spectrograph.
The results changed everything we thought we knew about that distance. The true redshift was 4.9, making it an ordinary galaxy.
What looked like a record breaker was just a trick of alignment.
Hydrogen emission lines slipped perfectly into the red filters.
Oxygen lines boosted the signal, mimicking something much older. It mimicked something far older than it really was.
The most distant object ever seen was just a cosmic mirage. But not every galaxy collapsed under closer scrutiny from the team. By 2024, dozens of early galaxies had been verified by researchers. Only a few turned out to be imposters, like the initial smudge.
Real early galaxies are smaller and dimmer, but they survive every test.
The early universe isn't an illusion. It's just harder to read. But one problem remains, and it's worse than anyone thought possible.
Adam, a renowned scholar, studies how fast the universe expands.
His team builds what is called the cosmic distance ladder. It uses known cosmic signals as stepping stones to measure space. This has caused a problem scientists now call the expansion paradox. Adam and his team arrived at a specific expansion number, 73. But there is another way to read the expansion of the universe. It starts with the oldest light we can see, the afterglow. This light comes from when the universe was just a baby.
Using the standard model, this method gives a number of 67.
These two numbers should match perfectly, but they simply do not.
The gap between them has reached what scientists call 5 sigma. This difference is so large that it cannot be a coincidence.
The chance of this being a fluke is 1 in 3.5 million.
That is 3 times rarer than being struck by lightning.
People thought it was an error, but JWST verified the latter.
Rias used the telescope to recheck over 1,000 stars.
The distances barely moved, meaning his measurements were solid.
The researcher approached the question using a different method entirely. She used red giant stars as her guides instead of the latter. Her result came in at 7th, right between the other two.
This suggests the Hubble tension might be more complex than we thought.
No explanation has managed to satisfy every researcher yet.
The debate continues as the data becomes more and more precise.
One leading idea is something called early dark energy. A brief burst of extra energy might have altered the expansion. This could help explain why the measurements are so different. Projects like the Dark Energy Spectroscopic Instrument are searching for proof. They are surveying tens of millions of galaxies for evidence. Maybe dark energy has changed over time, or the model is missing a piece.
The standard model of the universe might be missing a vital piece.
The Hubble tension is a wake-up call for modern cosmology.
Earlier anomalies often faded, but this one only gets stronger. The mystery hasn't shrunk. It has grown into a fundamental crisis.
It's a difference between what we see and what we predict. The more we measure, the harder the difference is to explain. The physicist proposed a much more radical answer.
Maybe the universe is much older than we ever imagined.
His model moves the age of the universe to 26.7 billion. That would give the cosmos twice as much time to build galaxies. Suddenly, those impossible galaxies don't look so impossible anymore.
Gupta combined two controversial ideas to reach this conclusion.
The tired light theory suggests photons lose energy over time.
Galaxies look redder because light faded during the long journey.
It sounds plausible, but most physicists remain unconvinced for now.
The model struggles to explain the cosmic microwave background data.
A distinguished expert on cosmic phenomena has another idea. What if the Big Bang wasn't the beginning of everything?
His theory suggests the universe goes through endless cycles.
The end of one universe becomes the start of the next.
This cycle goes on forever, with no true beginning or end.
He proposed a dark matter particle called an eribon as proof. He found Hawking points, scars from black holes in a previous age.
Whatever JWST finds, the story of the universe is still being written.